The iPhone 14 ushers in a new class of pro camera systems, powered by the fastest chip ever in a smartphone. And it's the first iPhone to have a 48 megapixel camera with a quad pixel sensor and an upgraded picture pipeline. Unlike anything you've seen, here's the insane new 48 megapixel iPhone 14 camera with cinematic and 4K capacity, presented at the Apple event 2022. It's official. The iPhone 14 series is now available. At its Far Out hardware event on September 7, Apple introduced its newest and finest iPhones. Most of the rumors turned out to be true, and Apple's new iPhone has the highest resolution camera ever installed on a mobile device. Our customers rely on their iPhone every day, and iPhone 14 and iPhone 14 Plus introduced groundbreaking new technologies and important safety capabilities, said Greg Joswiak, Apple's Senior Vice President. Upgrades to the camera on the iPhone 14. Cameras with a resolution of 48 megapixels. Apple has been using the same 12-megapixel primary camera sensor in their iPhones for a while now. Nonetheless, the sensor got bigger with each new iPhone, making it possible for each pixel to get a little bigger until it got to the iPhone 13 series, whose camera is truly remarkable in gathering light and capturing vivid colors. Even more interesting, the iPhone 14 series comes with significant improvements in this area by including a new 48-megapixel sensor in its cameras. This camera ain't kidding around. It's dead serious. Video capture at 8K resolution. It's not only a resolution increase for the Pro versions. With a 48-megapixel sensor, the iPhone will now be able to capture video in 8K resolution, a feature available on Samsung's Galaxy S20 handsets for the past 2 years. Apple likely did not want to lose the crown that the iPhone has earned as the best smartphone for video quality. Those of you who are more serious about your cinematic knowledge might be aware that 8K video recording is typically only employed in high-budget Hollywood films. In reality, recording in 8K isn't just about getting a clearer picture, like upping the resolution of a YouTube video, but rather about giving filmmakers more leeway to adjust things like cropping, stabilization, and framing after the fact. The increased resolution is highly prized in the television and film industries because it provides more creative leeway during post-production. To blow your minds even more is the autofocusing front camera that will have a larger f1.9 aperture. We'll be discussing that soon, so stay tuned. There are even more exciting updates on the technology you haven't heard or seen yet, which isn't cool for a tech fanatic such as yourself. To stay on top of trends in technology, subscribe to our channel with post notifications turned on. Better night mode. Obviously, a smaller pixel size results from increasing the number of pixels on the sensor, which raises questions regarding the sensor's light-gathering capacity. The sensor size of the iPhone 14 Pro is 1.3 inches with a pixel size of 1.25 micrometers, down from the 1.9 micrometers in the iPhone 13. The larger sensor should allow the iPhone 14 Pro to operate better in low-light situations, and the significantly higher quality of the new 48-megapixel sensor should let it capture more detailed photographs.
That's not bad for a morning's work, I think you'll agree.
It remains to be seen if Apple will adopt similar manual controls and adaptabilities as Google and Samsung. Autofocus selfie camera. The iPhone 14, iPhone 14 Max, iPhone 14 Pro, and iPhone 14 Pro Max will all feature an upgraded selfie camera with autofocus, satisfying the needs of selfie enthusiasts and influencers who are serious about their self-portraiture.
Let's celebrate this. Sure.
It was rumored that the front-facing cameras of the iPhone 14 would receive a significant boost, and they did. Apple's first ever autofocusing front camera will have a larger f1.9 aperture. A large aperture lets in more light, but it also causes more blur in out-of-focus areas, necessitating the use of autofocus. For comparison, the f2.2 aperture on the front-facing camera of the iPhone 13 series is fixed. Can you guess the price, or we should tell you? We would, but in the coming minutes, so stay tuned. The release date and cost of the iPhone 14. Thankfully, the reported increase in the iPhone 14's price was unfounded. The regular price for the iPhone 14 is $799. The Apple iPhone 14 Plus may be purchased for $899, whereas the Apple iPhone 14 Pro is priced at $999. Moreover, the price of the iPhone 14 Pro Max is $1,099. Pre-orders for the iPhone 14 and iPhone 14 Plus can be placed beginning on September 9, with the regular release dates of September 16 and October 7, respectively. On September 9, you may place a pre-order for the iPhone 14 Pro and Pro Max, and you can get them in stores on September 16. Both the iPhone 14 and 14 Plus have a dual camera setup, consisting of a primary 12-megapixel lens with sensor shift optical image stabilization and a secondary telephoto camera with 3x optical zoom. The front-facing camera has been given a significant update, with the addition of autofocus and a large 1.9 aperture that improves low-light pictures by 38%. In addition to deep fusion, Apple is releasing something called the photonic engine. The main change is that deep fusion is now applied much earlier in the processing pipeline and is universally applicable to all cameras. It's great joy to know Apple make better use of its optical image stabilization, so that long exposure photographs, such as those taken at night with a stream of automobile headlights, come out looking crisp and clear. It will be yet another fun moment to experiment with the iPhone 14's camera and take advantage of its high resolution. I hope you got a kick out of today's video. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in our next.